everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to talk about second person. I am also going to talk about my experience with Harrow the Ninth, which is the second book of the Gideon the Ninth series. So, if you don't know what second person is, it's pretty much you are looking, you are doing this, where first person is like, I am walking my dog. And then third person is like, they walk their dog. So, second person is not used very much. If that really at all really in fantasy. Um, I the only time I've really experienced second person, like if you're doing like one of those adventure books or something, like, okay, which path do you pick? And it kind of works because like the person that's reading the book is picking what you would do next. And it works really well in video games. So, especially when you're having like a protagonist that you're like kind of playing through. Persona's a really good example where um you actually make the choices and stuff. But when it comes to literature, it's a little bit more difficult because you are reading the book, and most books are either told in first or third person. I don't have a preference when it comes to either one of those. I think both are great options. Second person's a little difficult because hardly can we like put ourselves in the story. Like, the books are written not to place yourself in the story. Like, there is some characters that a lot of people say, oh, these are like filler characters, like these are characters like you can, relate to enough to put yourself. Like, some people say that about Twilight, like you can put yourself in Bella's situation because she's like a typical girl and stuff like that. I don't really agree because, I don't feel like I would personally make all the choices that she made. So it's a pretty much set of, you know, this is how this character feels about it. Um Now, this is kind of where fan fiction can come in. Like, you can really, you can do your own thing with that. And that's kind of the fun thing about fan fiction. Like, let's say you didn't like the couple, you wanted the other couple, like, you can do that. But at the most part, like, when we're reading something that's completely done, you can't pick different, like, situations. Third and first is where I would go. Now, Harrow does use second person, and it is really taking me out of the story. Like, I'm not gonna spoil anything. I'm not even really gonna talk about the book itself. But having you are doing this, it's like, who is you? It's not me. Like, it's not me as the reader. Like, I feel like it's a whole separate identity that maybe you find. I have 4 more hours of, sorry guys, I have a little strain here. I have 4 more hours left of Harrow. And it's really taking me out. Like, the Gideon series, Gideon the Ninth, Harrow, maybe it's the ninth series, I don't know. It's a really hard series to pin down. I don't really think anybody that I've watched that's read this series has really like gone in depth to explain it. Because it's a very complicated series. I haven't read Malazan, but I would put it like up there with the intelligent level that you might need for like something like Malazan. Um, and to me, I have to be in the right headspace to enjoy something like that. Um, I I call it a vibe book. Like, there's the vibe, like, you're kind of enjoying your time, but are you really, like, at the end of the story, really gonna understand what's going on? No. I still don't. And I'm, like, on the second book. And I don't know if that's on purpose or on accident or what, but it's just the way that the author decides to write the story. Now, it's been a while since I've read Gideon. I don't remember second person in Gideon. And I think it's basically because there was two characters, and this one is really focusing on Harrow. And I didn't really like Harrow and Gideon, and then to have her own separate book is like not great. So I'm hoping we get another character that can kind of play off of her, because you're because she's like more of royalty, so you're dealing like with her advisors and stuff, so you're not having a personality break like you did with Gideon. um and then you have the you, and something that's really good about it though, like, and I wonder if like self-help books, because there is certain times that you is very impactful, like, have you ever done this, like, and if you like, and if a in a self-help book, that could be a very useful, way of, analyzing issues, like, okay, when you did this, how did you feel, type of thing. It just does not work in fantasy unless you're playing a video game. I've had a couple of video games that are like that it's like, I kind of consider them kind of a fourth wall break too, and it can be kind of fun in a video game or a TV show, like, where there's scenes that, like they're like, yeah, you're watching a TV show. um One Piece has had a couple of those. Old cartoons used to do that a lot. um and it's very impactful and kind of sometimes humorous. I feel like that's kind of where like the fourth wall, like, you works. Um, but it just doesn't work. I wish it did, because I feel like if you could get it right, it might be impactful. Especially like, I could see if somebody like in the dystopian area could do that, like, oh, do you remember, what it was like, and especially they can relate it to today's age, like, oh, do you remember before the shutdown, what life was like, or something like that. And I'm not talking about 2020, I'm just talking about, usually there's a shutdown, and and that could be an interesting, like, first chapter, like a prologue type of thing, to really get you in, and then you kind of just follow characters around. I could see that, but I've never seen anybody do something like that um at all. um yeah, that's about it. If you have good examples of second person in literature, like, let me know. I know there's a few, but I would love to read some good second person that really see the craft of using it. That's not a video game. But anyways, have a lovely rest of your day. I'm hoping here soon. June is going to be a little bit hectic. because we are moving, but we have a lot of stuff already packed. So I'm hoping videos might be a little bit different. Like I'm just sitting on my couch. I'm used to sitting in the chair, having kind of a really good display. Not really right now. Like you're literally on a tripod on the top of my couch. That's where you're at. So I am going to try my best to still keep going. Um, I'm hoping to read the fourth Game of Thrones book. I left it out with another book. And then I also have Zodiac Academy book 3 on audio. So I'm still trying to um like read and stuff and keep up with this channel. So you should still have stuff in June. I might have to miss a few days, but we will see. I will see you in the next one. Bye.